Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to walk you through today's topic because we are unpacking a massive career opportunity blueprint for academics, industry professionals, and tech experts. The Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, or VIPS Technical Campus over in Delhi, has just dropped their 2026 recruitment notification. Whether you're looking to lead a department, maybe pivot from the corporate world into teaching, or shape the next generation of coders, this breakdown is going to be your ultimate roadmap. Let's get right to it.
Okay, so here's our roadmap. We're going to cover the prestige of the VIP's campus, look at the open faculty positions, and explore the specialized tech and training roles. After that, we'll get into this really cool special preference edge, and finally, wrap it all up with salaries, qualifications, and deadlines.
All right, Section 1, the prestige of the VIP's campus. And really, we're talking about institutional credibility here.
Let's dive right in. VIPS holds a NAC A++ grade. That's the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Now, if you're in the academic world, you already know this is a massive deal, right? It literally means the college is a highly reputed higher education institution. But what does that actually mean for you as a potential employee? Well, it means you're stepping into a top-tier academic and professional environment. An A++ rating brings in better funding, exceptional resources, and, honestly, some really high-tier motivated students into your classrooms. It's an absolute mark of excellence.
And beyond that grade, the institutional foundation here is incredibly secure. They're affiliated with GGSIP University Delhi and recognized by the Bar Council of India and the AICTE. Plus, they're NBA accredited for their MCA program and hold an ISO certification. But I really want you to look at that UGC under Section 2F point. I'm highlighting this because, well, this kind of regulatory jargon actually matters for your career. That specific recognition ensures true institutional legitimacy and, more importantly, long-term job stability. So you aren't just taking a temporary gig, you're building a career at an institution recognized at the highest federal levels.
Moving on to Section 2, open faculty positions. Let's figure out where you fit. Basically finding your tier.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the career hierarchy maps out some very distinct daily realities. If you're stepping in as an assistant professor, your day-to-day is going to be hyper-focused on classroom teaching, lab handling, and direct student guidance. But step up to an associate professor, and your scope widens quite a bit into student mentoring and essential department coordination. And if you're coming in as a full professor, well, then you're expected to bring serious academic leadership, drive research publications, and guide PhD scholars.
So, subject-wise, where do you fit in? Starting off with the STEM domains, VIPS is going really heavy on tech and engineering. I mean, they are actively hunting for B.Tech, M.Tech, and PhD candidates in computer science, AI, and cybersecurity. They also urgently need experts in mathematics, automation and robotics, electronics, and VLSI design and tech. Basically, if you can teach anything from basic data structures to advanced semiconductor technology or embedded systems, there is absolutely a high-demand slot waiting for you.
But hey, it's not just a tech campus. They're bringing that exact same aggressive hiring drive to humanities, law, and business. We're talking about open roles in journalism and mass comm, business studies, economics, law, English and communication, and finance. So, whether your expertise lies in constitutional law, macroeconomics, or corporate HR, this recruitment drive is just incredibly comprehensive.
Okay, Section 3, specialized tech and training. This is where we look at roles going beyond the traditional classroom.
For the non-faculty staff out there are two really distinct paths, and this brilliantly illustrates the difference. On the outward-facing side, you have the training and placement officer. If you're an HR pro who excels at building corporate relations, bringing in companies for placement drives, and locking down internships, this is definitely for you. But on the inward-facing side, we have the trainers. This is for folks who want to sit down directly with students, run interview prep, teach competitive coding, and master data structures and algorithms. So one role looks out to the corporate world, while the other looks in to prep the students.
We also need to take a second to touch on the real backbone of any technical campus, the lab technicians. VIPS is currently hiring for their computer labs. If you have a BSc, a BCA, an MCA, or an engineering diploma, and you actually know your programming languages, this is crucial. You'll be managing systems, troubleshooting software, and assisting faculty right there during practicals. It's just an absolutely essential hands-on technical avenue.
All right, Section 4, the special preference edge. Let's talk about jumping right to the front of the line.
So here is the absolute crucial point. If you have knowledge or real hands-on experience in automation and robotics, UAVs and drones, quantum technologies, or establishing a startup ecosystem, you literally get to jump to the front of the line. The notification explicitly states that candidates with skills in these really niche, cutting-edge areas are going to be given special preference during selection.
Let me speak directly to the industry professionals tuning in right now, especially those of you looking to pivot into teaching. Your hands-on practical industry or research exposure in these advanced technologies is without a doubt your biggest competitive advantage here. VIPS isn't just looking for someone who memorized a textbook. They want real-world innovators, people who can bring that advanced tech exposure straight from the field right into their campus.
Which brings us to Section 5, Salaries, Qualifications, and Deadlines. Let's get into the tangible rewards. Let's start off with qualifications. The notification uses the phrase, as per UGC and AICTE norms. Now, let's translate that bureaucratic phrasing into reality for a second, just so you know exactly what's expected of your educational background before you hit that apply button.
Let's move through this and see how it builds across the academic tiers. Step 1. For an assistant professor, your baseline is usually a master's degree plus a net qualification, that's the National Eligibility Test, or a PhD, depending on your specific discipline. Step 2. For an associate professor, having a PhD combined with solid teaching or research experience is totally mandatory. And Step 3. For a full professor, you're going to need a highly robust academic and research background with some really significant, proven experience in your field.
And here is the absolute showstopper, the financial compensation. Salaries here are based on the 7th Pay Commission norms. Now, while it obviously depends heavily on your specific profile, how you interview, and your research background, especially for strong PhD holders who can definitely command higher pay, here's a look at your earning potential. Assistant professors can expect somewhere in the 5 to 10 lakhs per annum range. Associate professors are looking at 10 to 20 LPA, and full professors, they're looking at 18 to 30 plus LPA. It's a highly competitive and seriously rewarding scale.
Let's quickly wrap up the logistics. The job is located at the VIPS campus in Pitampura, Delhi, which is incredibly convenient, by the way, since it sits right near the Haidapur Badli and Pitampura metro stations. To summarize the whole thing, this is the ideal landing spot for current academics, PhD scholars, industry professionals pivoting to education, technical trainers, and lab techs. May 20th, 2026. Put that in your calendar right now. That is your absolute final deadline to apply through the VIPS recruitment portal. Time is definitely of the essence here, folks. You've got the blueprint, you know the requirements, and you've seen the rewards. Do not let this deadline slip by.
Which leaves us with just one final question to consider today. With all the prestige, the massive cutting-edge tech focus, and the really solid career trajectory offered by the VIP's technical campus, are you ready to shape the class of 2026? Get your CVs updated, highlight that industry experience we talked about, and head right over to their application portal. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, best of luck with your applications.